Hey guys, how's it going? I did want to give you basically a quick update on everything that's been going on. As far as the car goes, we did start to work a bit on the car, and I'll show you that in a bit. Right now, we are actually basically almost ready to pull the engine out. We did want to pull the engine out originally, I believe it was Thursday night or Wednesday night, but we actually had the tools in the back of another car, and the car was in Glendale, so we didn't have all the tools to pull everything out. But for the most part, everything is disassembled. We did remove the exhaust downpipe, basically downpipe from the exhaust manifold. We did remove any part of the intake, mainly because we are keeping the intake separate to make sure it doesn't get damaged, as far as the intake manifolds as well. We've already removed the AC compressor because we are trying to keep AC in the car itself. And as well, we have gone ahead and moved the actual axle nuts, and I did release the axles themselves. So everything is basically ready to pull. All the lines have been removed, something like the clutch line, throttle body, all that stuff, that's all off of it. Heater hoses are off as well. Um, we were actually going to finish the pull tonight. However, we ended up going to Sarah Vista today. And originally, I was going to pull the engine by myself, but I decided to go, just because we were actually going to go over there to buy a carbon fiber hood, which you can kind of see up over there. That carbon fiber hood is for this car, and I also got a carbon fiber hood for my car. Also included a TT plenum that will be going on my naturally aspirated car. That way I can show you an install on that and any differences that I can kind of see. But most of that has already been gone through on the forums, but I did want to give you guys visual as far as what it looks like, what it sounds like, any differences in power that you can feel. Unfortunately, my clutch is kind of slipping, so you won't really see much of a benefit for my car. But overall, I did kind of want to get through that. I also picked up a 1999 front bumper for one of my cars. That is actually going to be going on my orange car, which you haven't seen, but I've talked about, I think, before. But in case I haven't, this engine is going in my orange car because this engine works, everything's fine, but the orange car has a harness and ECU that we're swapping everything into. And then, as you can kind of see back there, we have our or the new engine that's going into it, which is the twin turbo engine. Now, that engine is actually complete. It's just missing a few pieces. For right now, all it needs is the turbos, injectors, and then as far as the car, it needs a Y resistor or a injector resistor, the fuel pump itself, and the ECU, which we picked up an ECU from the same person we picked up the parts from. However, it actually ended up being the incorrect one, unfortunately. But we did pick it up cheap, so we might just end up trading it or reselling to buy the correct one. But as far as everything goes, I just wanted to give you guys an update. Unfortunately, we weren't able to really show much of it because I kind of got on a roll and started pulling things off. But I will show you right now what I actually started pulling. Okay, guys. So in regards to the card itself, let's see, zoom or there we go, get in focus. So what we removed so far, we did remove the motor mount bolts for this. So the front bolt and the rear bolt are removed. That's what I recommend you remove first because those are the easiest. The transmission mount, the nut is off of it, but the bolt is still in there, obviously, because we can't just drop it. And then the bolt is still on this one. I've always found it easier to take off the front and rears and then take off the two side ones later. And that's always worked for me, so that's what I'm going to do again. Regarding the car itself, you can kind of see the exhaust down here, but this is the downpipe, so that's already been removed. The AC has been removed. All the wiring has been removed. Radiator is out of here also, and you can see all the wires over there. We removed the transmission cables for the 5-speed. Those are off now. Anything regarding the actual water neck and the thermostat housing is off. The plenum, as you can see, is gone. We did leave the throttle body in there just because I didn't feel like disconnecting all of those hoses, and that can just go with it. We're not really damaged, or we're not worried about damaging that either way. And then we have this part, which is the slave. We have that disconnected, so that's already disconnected. The speedo cable is disconnected. CV axles are popped out. Basically, the car is almost ready to have the engine pulled. We just haven't pulled it yet. We'll probably end up pulling it within the next 2 3 days. We didn't feel like pulling it really because I'm going to actually be pulling the engine from my Stealth tomorrow and swapping it in. So maybe you guys will finally see the Stealth soon. And that one, I've kind of been holding off on as far as showing you that one, mainly because that one I want to be the upgrade car or the car that we install anything onto and show any differences, anything like that. Now, this is a first generation carbon fiber hood. From what I can see, I mean, it has functional scoops, and then this looks like the Evo 3 or the Evo earlier generation vents, which I really like. This is one of my favorite hoods, actually. I forgot the brand of this hood itself, but I got it for, well, pretty much nothing. But it's awesome. And we got this because we actually bought another one, which was this one. And this one is for this green car. The sticker is probably going to get removed. That's how we got it, and that's how he got it beforehand. But then again, I mean, you can't really complain. It is very, very nice. Um, and that is a functional scoop as well. So it has a scoop that goes right here, and then it has two scoops in the rear that go to where the blister normally sit, and these scoops are to release any heat from the car. So that's kind of what we did today. I wish we could have done more, but there's only so much time in a day. So tomorrow I might show you some clips regarding the actual Stealth itself and the breakdown, because we are going to take the engine from one and swap it into the other one, and that's all going to be in a matter of a day, which is not unheard of. But it'll be interesting. So I don't know how much I'm going to actually be able to record, since today's going to be a lot of work altogether. But always good to give you guys updates. Okay, guys. Well, that's basically it. I just wanted to give you like I said, a quick review of what exactly has been done to the car, what we got today, including these awesome carbon fiber hoods. Our friend Don from AZ3SGTO, that's our actual car group. He's the one that hooked us up, and we really appreciate it. I mean, that hood we got for far less than we would get from anywhere else. So again, big shout out to Donald. He's actually building a really badass car. We don't really have any footage of his car just because I didn't want to, uh, record his car without his permission. I did record an exhaust clip, but I'm not gonna just show an exhaust clip anyways. Um, we will probably be getting more into some mods coming up. The white car right now is a priority, so I haven't been able to actually do anything else other than get that white car running. But we will soon have the orange car going, and the red car is my daily driver, so I can't really have that one down for too many days at a time. But we did actually get some goodies, which were the top speed camber and tow arms. So I'm going to be installing both of those in my car, mainly because right now I only have camber arms or adjustable camber arms, and I need both the tow arms and the adjustable camber arms because I do have a pretty large offset, so I'm pretty sure the toe is bad out on it. But basically, that's about it right now. I mean, it's just a matter of whenever I have time to actually get everything done. Currently, like I said, finishing the white car. I have to finish this car. This car has to be ready by February, and there's still a lot of work to get done to it. It might not seem like it's that far or that close, but once it starts getting into painting and getting things detailed and getting certain little things like that, you want to make sure you're ready. And this car has to be ready. The red car has to be ready. And if possible, that white car has to be ready. And again, like I said in the last video, if you have anything that you would like us to do, or you would like us to show you how to do, just go ahead and leave a comment on the page, and I'm sure we can get to it as soon as we can. Uh, I'm gonna try and get through everything that is possible really on the 3000 as far as just light modding, mainly because I don't know how intricate it's gonna get with the stealth or how many modifications the stealth might actually get. But nonetheless, again, thank you guys for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for anybody that likes the video. Have a good night. Hey guys, so we went ahead and basically pulled the engine the day after. I believe it was Saturday. We were actually started on Friday night. However, we just pulled the axles out ready to have it for the next day. Originally, we were going to pull the engine out of my Stealth today. However, the person that was supposed to be there was not there, so we couldn't pull the cars out. So in order to not just waste a day, we decided to just pull the engine on this one. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it is out. It didn't take very long. I mean, as I showed earlier, the for the most part, most of the wiring was already taken care of. The axles were popped out. The clutch line was removed, or not necessarily the clutch line. The clutch to slave was removed, but removed from the slave, and then we removed the headers, AC compressor, all that stuff. Today, all we had to do actually was remove the pump itself because we are keeping the pump and we don't want to bleed the system or anything. So we just removed that as a whole unit because the long block for the twin turbo engine does not have that on there. So we currently have that. That's what we took off. Other than that, it was basically just the motor mounts themselves and the axles finally just removed. So right now we don't know what the game plan is as far as install time right now. I do know that they are planning an ABS delete, which I will be showing you, and then we are also planning to have the I forgot what it was called. Oh, the cruise control delete. So I will go ahead and pull everything from the cruise control. There is a video already for that, so it's pretty much just going to be a simple video. And the video itself is not mine. It's a video that was posted long ago, but it does go pretty into detail as far as doing it. So I'll just kind of have an overview, and then I'll link his channel so you can see the actual delete itself. But that's what's planned right now. We did get a pressure washer from a good friend of ours, from David, so that we could wash the actual engine bay. And then once that is washed, we plan to start painting. The general consensus was to paint everything black. That way it would have an offset to the car itself. And because the hood is carbon fiber, we are going to start hopefully getting more carbon fiber bits installed into the car, so it has a good contrast with that really bright green. But as of right now, engine's out. Just wanted to show you guys real quick. And as it goes, I mean, we're pretty much at the stage where we can start cleaning and prepping this car. And then my car today, I actually installed the solid motor mounts, and I did clean up the bay and washed it. So tomorrow I'll be hitting it with some black paint. And then hopefully tomorrow I'll get some footage of the car just so you can see what the car itself looks like or what we're working with. But as of right now, I mean, we got everything here done with the car, and it's what we wanted to finish. Again, shout out to David. He's the one that helped us out. That's pretty much it. Just want to give you guys a quick update. Have a good night. Bicycle Pace.